You get an award, you get an award, and you also get an award. I'm sure that's the message that was being thrown around Orlando Pirates dressing room when the PSL Awards ended. Gentlemen, we get an opportunity to see the PSL Award, but before Riagada, list it to judge. I can really judge Mangi. No, we want to see who they judge. Hey, Mamposa, hey, no one.
No, now we know. Now I know.
It makes sense.
Hello, Brighton. We will have this conversation. Mara, the awards can be summed into one sentence, one game at Loftus. The goal of the season scored by the player of the season, who was chased by the midfielder of the season. Followed by the youngster of the season against the defender of the season and the goalkeeper of the season. Therefore, all the players after they decided you are player of the season and the top goal scorer and the top goal scorer. Hello, Ribeiro Costa Waruna. We just needed one game. Others are no. Lufuno for Mashlal.
And Lufuno, goalkeeper of the season. Brighton. I mean, no one charged anything. So William Shong, Cool Cat was also there.
Let's look at the players. They had a great season. All of them. They worked very, very hard. Let's not take that away from them. You know, if you look at Chaine. We worked hard. You know, the competition was tight. You know, and I mean, if you look at the three goalkeepers, one goalkeeper scooped the player of the tournament when you speak about Black Label, which is Spezes, and you had Ronza that also had a great season, but it was close. And look, I have no issues for Chaine to take it. It's okay.
No, Lufuno cannot have. It's okay. Doesn't. I have issues. Because here's the thing. You have the defender of the season in front of you, meaning your defense is good. You have the midfield of the season, who's a defensive midfielder, which means you're good. Right? So which means you are the goalkeeper. So we judge you on the saves that you've made. If you look at the team that Chipez has played for and the saves that he made in the season, it outnumbers both Ronwen and Chaine combined.
So when this argument there when Mamposa last season when Ronza was taking?
Yeah, exactly.
No, for me, the debate has always been there. Are you using clean sheet as the only thing? It can't be that you're using clean sheet only. For me, here's my issue with the judges so that they know, so they don't say I said hi to Brighton. You have a former Orlando Pirates player who is judging and an Orlando Pirates player is there. I'll take a serious.
You know two legends.
You can't, so you've got William Shong, a former Pirates player.
Yeah.
You've got Brighton, a former Pirates player. And in this world that we live in, you expect me to say that it's not going to be any bias. If that is the you're thinking,
Lufuno want us to go there.
No, but we must. They are the judges.
Because yes, they are judges. You are very right. But these were also former goalkeepers in their own right. They understand. But wait, they understand the position. They understand the demand of that position. They were there. Okay. So if we're going to go with it, then you should say that former players to be part of.
No,
wait, give me a chance. Give me a chance.
No, give me a chance.
From the club that we played.
We know that on those lists of judges, there are journalists that are supporters of certain teams. We know that. So then we will end up not having judges if we were to go with that. For me, as I said to you when I started, we need to give credit where it's due. Chaine, if you look at his form, it was so close. You know, even if Chipezese won it's still okay. Even if Ronza would have won it, it's still okay. It was so close.
But
yes,
hear what I'm saying. There's former goalkeepers that have got nothing to do with the players that are there. Because if right now I say midfield of the season, Mpho Kekana is there, and I put Mabunda there. And there's a Sundowns player there. What?
Yeah, there's going to be talk. You're right. You're right.
So what my thinking is, if there's a player who is from a team that you played for, let's excuse you. There's enough goalkeepers. Itumeleng Khune could have come and been there because there's no goalkeeper.
I take your point.
And Itumeleng Khune was ABC.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a having point. Listen. All right. In us moving on, I think this one really judges that let's go, gentlemen. I want us to move swiftly. Yeah. Let's clap hands for Sibisi on defender of the season.
He got to watch goal of the season.
Gents, midfield of the season. Well, it's also another bone of contention. And There's a Marcelo Allende, there's Relebohile Mofokeng, then you have Makhaula. Lufuno?
I would have loved to see the votes, the number of votes.
And I remember,
for me, I remember
your argument before saying,
I said Allende should have won it, and my argument is always simple, and I've been saying this consistently, so that it looks like some of the judges are against foreign players in our league. You know, we don't give them the credit that they deserve because they're coming from outside our shores. And my issue is simple. Because Allende's standard, season in and season out, is there. Consistently so. When one other player raises the standard towards Allende, we think that he has a great season, and we forget about what Allende has been doing for Sundowns. But consistently so. And I was talking to somebody, and he was telling me about the assists. I said, that's not the function of that position.
Lufuno, if you look, and for me, if you remember last week, I said, for me, or when we did the awards, I said, for me, Makhahlene has had a season second to none. You know, Makhahlene was not missing. He was the backbone of Orlando Pirates. I still stick to, like you said, he may not be able to assist, but the defensive duties and carrying the ball forward, you've got to be able to do that. For me, last season, Marcelo had a great season, but compared to the previous season, which I thought when Debza won it, Marcelo could have won it, but he was not at his best compared to that previous season. For me, Makhahlene, I've got no qualms. He just got to watch goal of the season.
Oh, so
you see, that's where my issue is that you are judging Allende on what
based on Allende.
Based on Allende.
Not based on people that is competing against.
That's exactly my point.
No.
That is exactly my point.
So Allende's crime is that he's just great. He has to.
So you don't see.
So Mamposa
is. But for
and I see how. And I hear what he's saying.
You look at the other guy and said he has now pushed this performance towards Allende, and you think you had a great season, but you are forgetting the guy that has been performing exactly at the standard that is required.
My thing is, he makes it sound like Makhaula has not been performing.
No, I'm not saying that.
If you go look at Makhaula at Amazul 2 seasons back, and you look at the season before, Makhaula has been one consistent player. The thing is, defensive player, we don't give them as much credit as we do.
Mamposa, I don't think Lufuno is saying that. From what I'm understanding is that he's saying you are judging a striker. Peter Shalulile, for example, you are saying he can't be top goal scorer because last season he scored 20 goals. This season he scored 14, but he still scored better than the others. And maybe let's just move.
Makhaula is
all right. I want us to now have a look at Relay. We can't contest it. Let's give him appreciation for what he's done. Young player of the season, he's there.
Yeah.
The season that he's had, quickly.
No, really had a good season. Look, for him to be in so many categories, it tells you about the season that Relay had. You know, being close to compete with Ribeiro. It shows, he carried Pirates especially in big games. Really showed up in big games. He showed up. He scored important goals for Pirates.
And he's too young to be showing up like this.
Exactly. 100%. He had a great season. He deserves all the accolades that comes to him. And yeah, for me, I have no issues with him winning the awards.
In the words of a certain lady called Retabile there on the X Spaces, sometimes football is not honest. And I'll tell you why. One of the saddest thing in terms of this, Relay deserves it. Let's not debate that.
What are you debating?
Hear me out.
I'm listening to you.
If you look at the season, if you look at the season that Nkosinathi had,
yes.
If Nkosinathi had won it, but the fact that Relay isn't there, it then therefore says, no, but this one is above you. But Nkosinathi was head and shoulders above his peers. When the season started, did you know of Nkosinathi? No.
I knew somebody that was I knew somebody that had a great MTN 8, which is Saleh, by the way.
So he wasn't playing.
No, but I'm just saying he had a great MTN 8. He played
he's not a youngster. So when you then look at that, you then be able to say, Relay won young player of the season and he played well. And unfortunately for
the criteria.
Unfortunately for Nkosinathi, you are in the same category as this one. And therefore,
which is what Lufuno was saying.
You're coming back to me.
No, Lufuno thought to
saying that.
No, Lufuno thought to reckoning. You could tell away naga Allende no.
No, but he put it that way. So I'll say Allende had a good season. Unfortunately, he was in the same category as Makhahlene. Therefore, you will be second best.
Mara Orlando Pirates Reboni Leona, grande. Are you happy with Nedbank, the most promising? TLB, quickly.
No, TLB played well. You've got to be able to look at performance and give it what it is. And if you look at Mbogazi, he's played well. Because at the time that he started at the beginning of the season, again, going back to the Pirate system, there were players we didn't even know that existed. A cup competition comes, there's injuries to the likes of Sisani and there's injuries to the likes of Oki. He steps in as a youngster that you go, who's this boy? You then get, and you've got to be able to say throughout Nedbank.
That game on top of Ribeiro. He was on top.
Yeah, no,
he launched his career against Ribeiro, player of the season.
But you've got to be able to give him that and say the way that he played and how he came and how he enforced himself, I was a proper TLP.
So he's there. Ke starter no non-negotiable.
He start. But
Pirate starter, non-negotiable. I mean, he's even had his Bafana break.
He start. But you also you can't forget Sesan. You can't forget
the pecking order.
Can't forget Nda. No, but that shows quality in the team. Shows quality.
It definitely shows quality in the team. That's where we need to hold it just for this segment. But do make sure to come back because Harboa, Mamposa Teva Opela, Mota Ropella player high, Ruto who I think